The President of the United States just called for Democratic members of Congress to be executed. This is not normal. We cannot allow this to feel normal. This, as far as I know, has never happened before in the history of the country. The President of the United States just called for members of Congress to be executed. If you are a person of influence in this country, maybe it's time to pick a fucking side. If you are a Republican in Congress, if you are a Republican governor, maybe it's time to draw a line in the sand and say that under no circumstances should the President of the United States be calling on his political opposition to be hanged. We are at a very dangerous moment right now.
A political firestorm erupted in Washington on Thursday after President Trump posted a phrase rarely seen from any American president: seditious behavior, punishable by death. The comment came after 6 Democratic lawmakers, all with military or intelligence backgrounds, released a video urging U.S. service members to follow only lawful orders from the commander-in-chief. Trump accused them of seditious behavior and called them traitors. Within minutes, Washington was asking one question: did the President of the United States just call for executing members of Congress? At the White House briefing, Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt faced the question head-on. A reporter asked bluntly, "Does the President want to execute members of Congress?" Leavitt did not hesitate. "No," she said, "the President wants them held accountable." But she quickly shifted the blame back to the lawmakers, accusing them of inciting violence and encouraging active duty troops to defy the chain of command.
You have sitting members of the United States Congress who conspired together to orchestrate a video message to members of the United States military, to active duty service members, to members of the national security apparatus, encouraging them to defy the president's lawful orders. The sanctity of our military rests on the chain of command. And if that chain of command is broken, it can lead to people getting killed. It can lead to chaos. And that's what these members of Congress who swore an oath to abide by the Constitution are essentially encouraging. We have 1.3 active duty service members in this country. And if they hear this radical message from sitting members of Congress, that could inspire chaos, and it could incite violence, and it certainly could disrupt the chain of command. These 3 members of Congress, I will also add, knew exactly what they were doing. You look at Alyssa Slotkin. She's a former member of the CIA. Mark Kelly was a captain in the U.S. Navy. Maggie Goodlander was a naval officer, and notably, she is also the wife of Joe Biden's national security former advisor, Jake Sullivan. And so these members knew what they were doing. They were leading into their credentials as former members of our military, as veterans, as former members of the national security apparatus to signal to people serving under this commander-in-chief, Donald Trump, that you can defy him and you can betray your oath of office. That is a very, very dangerous message, and it perhaps is punishable by law.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris DeLuzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow.
And here's the video that triggered Trump. The 6 lawmakers who appeared in the video were not fringe voices. All 6 have served in the military or intelligence community. Their message? Service members must follow only lawful orders.
Keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
And intelligence community professionals
Against American citizens.
like us. You all swore an oath
To protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad, but from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
They didn't cite a specific Trump directive. They didn't mention military strikes. They didn't mention the National Guard deployments. But context matters. Trump's administration recently carried out deadly Caribbean strikes and ordered the destruction of boats it claimed were ferrying drugs. And National Guard troops have been deployed in several U.S. cities, raising new questions about presidential authority.
people need you. We need you to stand up for our laws.
Our Constitution,
And who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
The lawmakers said nothing illegal was happening, but something felt off enough that they felt compelled to remind U.S. forces of their oath to the Constitution. Trump blasted the video as seditious behavior from traitors, then escalated, writing, Trump's language set off panic because he was accusing sitting lawmakers of a capital offense. For the 6 lawmakers, it confirmed their fears. In a joint statement, they said, "The president considers it punishable by death for us to restate the law." Karoline Leavitt insisted everyone was focusing on Trump's wording instead of the lawmakers' actions. She argued, to suggest and encourage that active duty service members defy the chain of command is very dangerous. Trump has always governed with maximalist views of presidential power. He has publicly demanded loyalty. He has dismissed oversight as sabotage. And now, as president again, he is testing the limits of what he can order U.S. forces to do. The lawmakers are drawing a line. Service members swear an oath to the Constitution, not the president. Trump is drawing his own line. Criticism of his decisions is sedition. Presidents rarely use language about executing political opponents. When they do, and even rhetorically, it sends shivers through institutions that depend on civilian restraint. The fact that the White House had to clarify that the president does not want to execute members of Congress is extraordinary in itself. For the 6 lawmakers, the message was simple. We restated the law. We defended the Constitution. For the White House, the message was even clearer. The president wasn't calling for executions, but demanding consequences.